Alright, you guys, I'm back in my garage and figured I'd show you how I reload my 38 Smith & Wesson rounds. See that head stamp? Not a 38 special. A little bit different, a little bit older. Here's a case I made. This one says 357 because I just trimmed a 357 case for it, which works because ordering these cases online kind of expensive, or go and get some free range brass. But this doesn't shoot a 357 cal bullet like 38 special and 357 magnum do. It shoots a 361, just a little bit wider, a little bit harder to get, but I mean they're still pretty available. I got these from Missouri Bullet Company. This box pretty cheap. Gone through a few boxes now. I love shooting this round. This little bunny fart loads. Although I do, like you saw, have some of these hand loads that are a little bit hotter that, I mean, I'm never gonna shoot anything but a target with them, but it's still fun to have some nice looking hollow points. This is my 38 Smith & Wesson revolver. It's a Colt Police Positive. When they made them, they sold them as a Colt New Police or something like that round. Exact same round, other than instead of, let me grab a 38 Smith & Wesson, it being round nose, they just chopped off the end of the nose so that they were all, shaped like the hollow points were. Why? Supposedly it's because I didn't want to, be advertising their competitor's name, but just creates confusion and bullshit, and I'm sure that's why it doesn't happen anymore. This isn't my usual way of reloading them. I'm usually doing it on a press, but you might acquire some old gun or whatnot, and you want to make some ammo for cheaply, because this stuff's not all that cheap online. You can do it with a Lee hand loading kit. Kind of a pain in the butt, but it works all right. On these kits, you got a little powder measure, D-primer, whatnot. We'll start going over the steps, what you need to do. All right. So first things first, we got to D-prime this round. Stick that there. I gotta grab a mallet real quick. I do apologize in advance if I knock my phone off my little stand. I showed you guys earlier, it's kind of shitty, but I'm not really in the priming hole. There we go. Just knocks out like that. There we go. Alright, first things first, we gotta shape the brass. So, you use a 357 die. It's gonna be a little tight, but it'll work. You can also use a 9mm die. It'll work too. It'll be a little bit easier, but you're not gonna be able to get, this has that groove there for the oh man, for that rem to just go into. But first things first, just pound that in there. Alright, now it's formed. Next thing, take this, put it on here. I gotta go grab some primers real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, so I guess this process isn't really just for, 38 Smith & Wesson. It's just for loading anything with these hand loading dies. So real quick before I get any further and forget to mention it, for the powder, I'm using Bullseye for any, just small cased handgun round. That's what I use. Alright. Just some CCI primers. Drop one in there. This. Just set some positions in there like that. Take your rod, your mallet, just hit it down into there. You know, do this on a harder surface so I don't knock my camera off again. Sometimes it takes a couple pounds, but usually it's pretty easy. It seats that primer. Just sits right down in there. If you're just, you know, say out practicing with wax bullets, that's all you gotta do. Just shove a wax bullet in there and you're good to go. Actually, you know, finishing this off in a real bullet, a couple more steps. Alright, so you don't really want to actually knock it all the way out of there. You're just supposed to go in there, in here, stick your powder in there. Alright, grab my... I'm just going to measure this off camera real quick. I'm going to use 2 grain, or I'll do 1.8 grains of bullseye for this load. Just 38 Smith & Wesson. It's small. Don't need much. When I'm doing these hand loads, I just use a Hornady powder scale. I mean, any scale I guess would work, but you know, you're risking your life and limb doing this, so I'd rather get some slightly better equipment. I'm just gonna pour that in here off camera, sorry. Alright. Just put the powder in there, tap it, make sure it all falls down on there and doesn't get caught, you know, on the rim of the of where the brass is in there. Next thing is, because we're using a 357 die, it's gonna be slightly tighter than what it really wants for this bullet. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could drop it in like that and go over, so you don't got to force it through there. You know, one thing I forgot to do is actually flare this bullet. So, oh man, where is my flare tool? I haven't used these things in a while. I don't got it in the case, so I will be right back. Alright, just went and flared that bullet. Can't really tell, but whatever. Put that there, bullet back in there, through there. Alright. You got these. These are your, you know, multi-tool. Use this for your seating depth. So you kind of pound it in there. It'll pound the bullet into whatever depth. I have 2 of these. Where here's my other one. Right, which one was so shorter? Oh shit, I got them both set up. Alright, let's hope that this is for... Oh yep, this should be set up for... This is the one I have set up for lead round nose. I have one set up for lead round nose, one is set up for hollow points. Just because that bar has to go down deeper for those hollow points because the bullet's slightly shorter. I'll just... Two nice little taps, it's in there. Alright. Now, flip this around, and this side's also your crimp. Just stick it on there. Yeah. Caught it. And then kind of crimps it. It'll hold on to it pretty good if you're using the 357 dies. I would recommend buying a 9mm just for this part. It's a little bit closer. Not as pain in the ass to hit the thing out, but there we go. Hand-loaded 38 Smith & Wesson round right there. Alright, I guess I'd figure I'd show you guys real quick before I end the video. So, I did say earlier how I did trim down 357 to be able to make some 38 Smith & Wesson. Well, this is what I used to do it. Just a Lyman AccuTrimmer. Just set your depth here. Man, you can see I haven't used this in a while. 38 Smith & Wesson brass lasted quite a long time. I'll clean this up in oil before she gets too bad. Basically, you just throw your shell in your shell holder, tighten it down. It's got a little chamfer tool so that it kind of cuts out the primer grooves a bit easier for you. You just turn this and cut her down all the way till you get to that lock tool or little lock collar there. To set this, I just throw a case. I know that's the right depth in there, and set it on that. Because the thing's pushing on the primer. Because this one I haven't deprimed yet. It's sitting in there a little funky, but you get the point. Alright guys, thanks for watching. You like this and want to see more of it, make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you.